Hello, beautiful family. How are you all doing? Thank you so dearly for always tuning in. I really appreciate. Today, the first time you are coming across us, so you are hearing this voice for the first time. We still remain Progress News, and we give you all the latest updates. Remember, in this platform, we react to all videos, and your opinion is highly needed. So sit back, watch this video, and I'll be right back.
At my country home in Umukegu, Akokwa, Idato North local government area of Imo State, particularly my father's younger brother, Chief Daniel Ilabanafo Ika Uncle Dan, who allowed himself to be gruesomely murdered to make sure I'm alive today.
May the soul of all the faithfully departed rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Uncle Dan nurtured me like a son all through his life. He was my most supportive family member, a humble and lovely soul, who without hesitation gave his life that I may live to see this day. We remember Chief Ikenga and Ebuka Echecha, both of who also fell to the bullet of these terrorists. We also remember those who sustained bullet wounds and whose properties were destroyed and burnt alongside our own during the attack. Today marks the 18 days since the attack, which was carried out on the 3rd anniversary Memorial Day of Hope Uzodinma, when Hope Uzodinma was made the governor of Imo State by people who are not voters in Imo. We have not spoken to the media since the attack, as we are mourning. All through the days of grieving, we saw those who grieved with us and those who mocked us. Permit me to salute all men of conscience and goodwill in Akokwa, in Idato, in Imo State, in Igbo land, in Nigeria, and all over the world who took time out to sympathize with us, especially those who physically visited and called us on their phone. Particular mention goes to our supporters who took part in mass immediately after the attack and showed us solidarity. We salute our supporters in PDP, outside PDP, across party lines, members of our grassroots development forum, and the candidates of different political parties who called to show solidarity. We salute the members of the Coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, that came to our rescue immediately after the attack, especially our Secretary, High Chief Peter Ame, Mark Adeboya, Kenneth Tudeze, and all the members of the CUPP. We are grateful to the Imo State chapter of PDP and the State Working Committee led by Engineer Charles Ugu and Right Honorable Meki Hedioha, who even suspended campaigns for 1 week and mourned with us. I salute members of the CUPP and leaders of other political parties. Though it was most painful that in this painful period, the national leadership of my party, you choose not to make a comment or even condemn the attack because of personal differences with some members of the National Working Committee. It hurt very badly, it hurts very badly that we were abandoned at such a time, but that will be addressed later as it's not a matter for today. I heartily salute my friend and former boss, Dr. Bukola Saraki, for standing firmly with us, encouraging us and condemning the gruesome attack. I also salute my big brother, Mr. Peter B, who amidst his tight schedule called from Chatham House, London, a couple of days after the attack. I salute Dr. Rabio Musa Kwankwaso, who also reached out and blessed us with words of encouragement. I also salute numerous governors from both the PDP and APC, especially Governor Nyesom Wike, as well as political leaders from other political parties who express solidarity. I really appreciate you all. I also especially appreciate Dr. Chukuma Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, who really took time to console and encourage us for hours. He spent hours on the phone, and the lessons from all he said will never be lost on us. We appreciate members and current members and former members of the National Assembly and members of the State Assembly, PDP family in Idato Federal Constituency, our community leaders and youth, media personalities, activists, too numerous to mention, my brother Timmy Frank, Deja Deyonjo, civil society leaders, lawyers, political associates, non-political associates, clients, businessmen in oil and gas close to me, my elder brother Chukwumo Moji and his family. I have a special place in my heart also to salute my friend and elder brother Mazi Chima Amadi Matthew. I appreciate all of you, as the list is endless and too numerous to mention. Gentlemen, today we come to the end of the first phase of our grieving mood. Though the remains of our loved ones are still in the mortuary, but we are convinced that it is our burden duty to complete this course for which they laid down their lives. I thank the entire Ika family, led by my father, who survived the attack, for standing united and with me throughout these challenging moments. On January 14th, we came under heavy terrorist attack, led and coordinated by militias who, from all evidence, were state-sponsored and state-backed, with the sole aim of killing me to permanently silence me from making any other exposure on the rigging plans against the 2023 general election. We were shot at. We were bombed with high-grade explosive. Houses were leveled with bombs. Those still standing were shaken to their foundations, and vehicles numbering over 32 were all set ablaze with this explosive. Several motorcycles belonging to us and hardworking villagers were burnt, among other property valued in billions that was lost in the attack. They attacked in broad daylight, firing from all angles and leaving over 500 blade holes on the houses in my country home. Innocent people were killed for no reason. January 14 now is very quickly assuming a dark day in the history of Imo State. On 14 January 2022, Imo State watched helplessly as a man whom they did not vote for was pronounced as governor of the state, an illegitimacy that haunts us till this day. Since then, Imo has been turned into a killing field, with tributaries of blood now flowing into the Atlantic Ocean. We got intelligence that a convoy of assailants was looking for the way to my home. I did not see the message when it arrived because I was discussing with my team. But upon seeing it, I rushed out to inform the security men on duty to reinforce and organize. And while that was going on, I sighted the convoy. But before our security men could react, they opened fire at me. I only narrowly escaped being hit by the special grace and mercy of God. With the security men, we now rushed into one of our houses and formed a defense that they continued to hit on. Thank God we survived. Gentlemen, let me make it categorically clear. I was not attacked by members of Ipob. I was attacked by state-sponsored militia that has semblance with the same team that attacked my convoy on the 23rd of December 2022, which was led by the special advisor to Hope Uzodimma on special duties, Mr. Chinasawaneri, who was seated in a white Hilux van that was used for that attack. It is important that I state this clearly, because Imo, under Uzodimma, is now a society where life is short and brutish. It is now an animal kingdom, and human life has lost all its values. The anarchy in Imo State has now gone out of hand, with different killer groups operating freely. Gallant soldiers and policemen have been fed by bullets of this squad, yet they continue undeterred, while the government of Imo State has continued to politicize the killings without any serious effort to bring it under control, like you all saw in my own case. How did all this Ikenga must die agenda start? Sometime in September, I informed the world of the grand manipulation and compromise of the voter register, a plot now popularly called Amuma Magic. Nigerians would like to note that INEC has since removed over 3 million of such fake names inputted into the register. It has also identified 25 of its staffs who were involved in Amuma Magic and has commenced internal disciplinary actions against them. So when they say that what we said was a lie, ignore them. Following that revelation of the compromise which spanned across 14 states in the country, and my quest for justice and action against those who were involved, the Uzodimma administration became very uncomfortable with me, and they started looking for ways to silence us. They know that if we could have got that information, then we could get more. First, they framed me for terrorism and arson, claimed that I was responsible for the burning of INEC offices in Imo State, that it was from documents I obtained from the burnt offices that I made the Amuma Magic allegation. They also made murder allegations against me. They made several other disgusting allegations. I endured all this and still kept calling for justice for the compromise of the voter register. These allegations were not just rumors. The Attorney General of Imo State made these allegations in processes he filed in court. So this one that the governor has said, that I had meeting with people to stop election in South, still sounds as empty and unintelligent as all the other ones from which we have emerged victorious in court. Unfortunately, despite facts that are public, petitions to security agencies, the internal disciplinary measures by INEC, and other evidences available, the security agencies have not been able to charge even one person to court. This shows clearly that they have backing in high places. However, Nigerians should ask this vital question. How did the people who infused the fake names and photographs without biometrics of individuals in the voter register intend to use this name to their advantage if they have not found a way to bypass the BVAS accreditation process? If they could not have used them, would they have bothered themselves adding those names and photographs taken from school yearbook, almanac, calendars, and obituary record from citizens of other countries? Yet, innocent INEC staff were rather charged to court. These charges have been withdrawn when they could not gather any evidence to back up their business charges. Unfortunately, for inexplicable reasons, the DSS Imo State Command and the Anti-Kidnapping Unit of Imo State Police Command were in this. It is quite painful. In the unforeseen event that the 2023 general election goes wrong, Nigerians should know that those who were behind the compromise of the voter register and their collaborators are responsible. To forestall this, I call again that the security agencies must fish out all those involved in a magic voter registration compromise and prosecute them. This is the same call for which the state has conspired to ensure that I'm killed. But rather than get scared, they should know that I'm more emboldened to make the call yet again. If the security agencies ask themselves how all these important names who do not have fingerprints are supposed to be accredited and be used to vote, they will know that election faces severe threats and they will work hard to nip it in the bud. These people are working on how to undermine the BVAS technology, and in order not to allow Nigerians know, Ikenga must be killed. When I received a call, which I will replay here for the whole world to hear, from Chinasa Nwaneri, the special advisor to the Imo State governor on special duties, notorious in Imo State for leading physical attacks on the opponents of the governor, the judiciary, and Imo citizens at large. I petitioned, but no action was taken. Chinasa Nwaneri threatened to harm me anytime I return to the States.
Ugochinyere, I will prison you. You have to tell him chief, he's just to prison you. I have to tell him chief. You will not get down with that day. I will prison you. I'm not talking about
Okay, so that's what you and Hope is.
I want to achieve it. Ugochinyere, I want to achieve it. I'm not talking about again in a bad corner. Or it's decided to go to and call me a criminal. If I don't prison you, I will hang myself.
Yeah, Hope is not God, so don't even put that posting what you can do and not.
If I don't prison you, I will hang myself. That's what I said. You're coming to me tomorrow. I'm waiting for you.
Yes, you
I
cannot.
have a defending charge here with you.
No,
I have a defending charges with you. If I don't prison you, I will not be free. You Ugochinyere.
Chinasa, no, I will not run away from her because of
Also,
you.
okay now, they come, I did here. You don't need visa. You don't need visa to come to me. But I think I will prison you. I will declare you. I will declare you. You be guy, but I will declare you. Also,
I've had it from you. No problem. Calling me on my phone, threatening me. Calling me on my phone, threatening me is the one I don't understand. Stop doing that. Stop calling me.
Nigerians are used to this empty vessel attack.
No, stop. And I'm telling you, stop calling my phone and telling me those rubbish.
No. You look too small for me to threaten now.
Then why are you calling? Then why not face me? Why not face me? Why not face me?
Why you say that I'm threatening you as what?
That you are.
That
Then, on 23rd December 2022, we got to Imo State, and despite their best efforts, we made it to Akwa, my hometown. But when my convoy left to take my guests who came from Abuja with me to Owerri, we were attacked by hooded men who did not speak Igbo language but spoke like those from Rivers and Bayelsa, and they opened fire. But in a white Hilux was seated this same Chinasa Nwaneri, who was coordinating the attack. After this attack, I also wrote petitions to the security agencies and also the National Security Advisor. Yet to the best of my knowledge, nothing was done. This is the petition we wrote on 29th December 2022 to Inspector General of Police, and the one we wrote on the same 29th December to the National Security Advisor, receive and acknowledge about the assassination attempt on my life led by Governor Zodin Mass Ed. If the security agencies have apprehended Chinasa, we would not have gotten to the second phase of the terrorist attack at my place that left many people dead. This was exactly Chinasa, just like Chinasa said, that they are in charge of all security agencies and nobody can help me. Chinasa also asked if I knew that several Bagu members were unknown and that it would be easy for them to make me disappear without traces and nothing would happen. Till date, this man Chinasa still walks the street freely, enjoying the full backing of the state and moving about with a retinue of policemen. I continued my campaigns while putting my faith and hope in God and the institutions of the state, which I believe would be decent enough to protect us. On January 14, during the attack, I succeeded in sending emergency SOS message. The security agencies in Imo did not respond promptly. They only did long after the attack. To today, I'm not aware anybody from DSS in Imo visited the crime scene. I'm also not aware that the Commissioner of Police visited the scene. I'm also not aware of any official statement from these security agencies about the attack. I appreciate one of the DIG, who I will not mention his name, who made effort from Abuja. Also the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Imo State, the area commander, and divisional police officer in charge of Akwa, who at one time or the other visited. Nigerians, however, saw a governor who rushed to the media to try to impede investigation, if any, by dishing out untenable and indefensible narrative to water down the massacre of our people. When Uzodinma spoke, he made reference to documents in his possession. The question would then be, did the governor have a brief of what happened to me even before it happened? What can Uzodinma tell the world that he did with the so-called security report of my so-called meetings with people who wanted to stop election in Southeast? Or did he not do anything because he knew the so-called people would come and attack me? So when exactly did the governor receive his security report, as there's yet no investigation on the terrorist attack on my house? The storyline of the governor seemed much like a prepared speech he already had to announce my death to Ndimo, that those I had a non-existing agreement with killed me after I breached the agreement he concocted in his head. But he failed and was unable to change the statement after I had survived and before the mic was put before him. Hope, you have a lot to answer to Ndimo and the world on what you knew about the terrorist attack on our home that left my uncle and other innocent people dead. In his mixed glee and anger, glee that the attack happened and anger that I did not die, the governor throughout his speech did not condemn the killings that happened in my house. He did not commiserate with the families of the dead, yet these are citizens he swore to protect their lives. Till today, the Imo State government has not condemned the attack on my house, but rather he was cited on the TV while saying I deserve the evil that was brought to our home. This is very curious. A further listening to the statement of the Commissioner for Information of Imo State, One Day Clan, Emelumba, he outrightly rubbished the so-called security report which Uzodinma relied on to make his comment and gave other reasons why what happened in my house happened. If truly there was a security report by security agencies from which the governor spoke, could the commissioner have given different reasons? It only goes to show that the Commissioner of Information did not believe the lies told by the governor and believed he could have given the situation a better spin to the story, hence their disjointed stories. Many who saw the distasteful and disgusting video of the governor did not see a man who is supposed to be embodiment of authority that is legitimate, and a man who was supposed to have human heart, but rather saw a man who was laughing and trivializing the murder of his citizens and members of my family. He laughed as he dished out his unbelievable narrative that I deserve what happened to me. I've always known Uzodinma as a man of very controversial past, but I never knew he was a man who completely lacked every baseline of humanity, even in public glare. I am still in shock, and I wonder, is this how Imo has descended? Is this how low Imo has descended? Indeed, now I see what power can do to a man, particularly a man undeserving of the power he wields. Let me state categorically once again, I believe that political solution to the insecurity in the Southeast must begin, and it must begin with the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, relying on the judgment of the court from the Federal High Court in Umuahia, and also the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja. The government can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and begin the healing process from there. It will lead to the identification of those who have genuine agitations and criminals who have taken advantage of the situation to wreak havoc on our people. But those who are making billions from the business of insecurity thriving in Imo and Southeast today will not want to hear this. For this reason, and to stop me from also exposing their plans for the worst political heads they are planning in our land, Ikenga must die. But unfortunately, they are not my mentor. The same way I advocate for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release and for reconciliation process to begin, in the same way we advocated for Sheikh Isaac Zaki to be released. It was the same way I advocated for Sowore, for Deji Adeyinju, for Sunday Igboho, Umar Mohammed, and many other citizens who at one time or the other, we believe, deserve their freedom and enforcement of their fundamental rights granted under the 19th Constitution. Ours is a search for solution, justice, equity, and fairness. Is that enough for me to be killed? I say again, those who attacked my house did not speak Igbo language, but they spoke like people from Rivers and Bayelsa, just like the people who attacked my convoy on 23rd December 2022. So we are not in doubt about the people who attacked us. At least, more than 4 persons who witnessed the first attack and heard the attackers speak also survived the second attack and also heard them. They could not have all been wrong. Dear Nigerians, what I'm about to say now, they do not know, I know. Here is the photo. I can show it. Yes. Here is the photo of a gold-colored Toyota Highlander SUV with registration number MUS 469GF, belonging to one Mr. Uzoma Chukwujieze and his wife Kelechi Chukwujieze from Ihitof Ukwu in Ahiazumbise in Imo State. This vehicle I'm showing you was snatched from Mr. Uzoma, who is in coma now in hospital, in Owerri. Mark what I'm saying, in Owerri, who was severely beaten by people, matching the description of those who attacked our house. Ms. Uzoma is still in the hospital. This same Highlander was the first car in the convoy of cars that I saw with my own eyes that came to attack us in our house. So how was a Highlander taken from Owerri, drive all the way through the security point from Owerri, Mbitolu, Olo, Mgbe, that was down to Akokwa, filled with gunmen and carrying all these explosives, drive from Owerri to Akokwa without being spotted despite the checkpoints. These people asked for the direction to my house. While they were living in panic, obviously having been informed that I had succeeded in sending out an SOS and there may be independent intervention, the car got stuck in a ditch and they were forced to bomb it there, setting it ablaze. But as God will have it, we were able to retrieve the number plates. The number plate, it is still there on the road leading to my house. You can see it clearly. You can see it clearly here. The number plate, we were able to retrieve it. I was gotten the woman and got the original registration of their car. You can see where it was bombed along the road so that they will hide that evidence. This piece of evidence from our private investigation debunks completely the lies of Hope Uzodinma about the identity of those who attacked my house and the direction they come from. The Hope Uzodinma who have been looking for any reason, however flimsy, to put me away for exposing on Magic cannot change the facts of what happened in my house on 14 January. If truly Uzodinma had any credible intelligence against me to stop election in the Southeast, why did he not use such reports since to nail me? Rather, he was cooking bogus allegations which could not be sustained in court. By his comments, Uzodinma admitted that he knew I was going to be killed, and he did not do anything about it. Yet he said he is chief security officer. Can it not now be said that it was the silence that led to the deaths that occurred in my house? The same method of labeling me and making unfounded allegations. We are gathering more evidence. We are still running analysis of some of the things we found, and in due course, more facts will emerge. Just for clarity's sake and for record, I have never had any meetings with any Ipob or ESM members or any other persons or group for election not to hold. I have been on this campaign and consultation for over 3 years now, with every town and village visited. So how can I want to stop a process I have spent and invested huge resources and time, for which the great people of Idato are ready to massively vote for me in few weeks' time? I therefore challenge Governor Uzodinma to bring forward the purported evidence he said were in his possession about the date, time, venue of the meetings I had with IPOB members and ESN and their identities.
So my wonderful family, that brings us to the end of this update. Do well to like the video, share, and subscribe. Thank you and bye-bye.